back here in a minute, Caden, okay?
Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I wanted to wait until he was through talking. So we are, I don't know how long we're going to go out. We will see. It may be a short stream. It may be a longer stream. We'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah, you have no eggs.
So I have found out that in the past, in the past week, in 2 days of the past week, we end up with 3 major wrecks. I think not yesterday, but the 2 days before that. If that makes sense, Caden.
Young Ward.
Yeah, I know where Young Ward starts.
Don't come on automatically. If you notice something...
You mean mine do. Don't. Yours do.
Yes. If you notice something, when we get a little bit of money, I need to replace something. My van looks like that car. Jen, you'll just laugh at that comment. Caden, sure about that?
So, for those of you who heard my daughters talk the other day claiming that the car may be leaking fluid a little bit back farther than he does, so she doesn't see it when his vehicle's parked there because it's parked over it.
Because it didn't charge last night on me.
Whoopsies.
My alarm went off just as soon as I went to go turn off my alarm, look at the time, and my phone went black. Like, what the heck?
It died.
Turned it back on, and I noticed big fat 0 for charge. Like, what the heck? And you're plugged in. So I wiggled my cord a little bit, and it started charging.
Is your cord doing that? The type of cord connection we have, it's too sensitive inside. They can't blow air, or you might be able to do it with tweezers, but it might break something in there. It's interesting.
Yes, I was checking. Return 10 faunables. You got 5 out of 10.
It's already on the edge, Caden. And you're talking 30 minutes.
It's getting
from now.
lighter. 20.
6:11 is not 20
He said
minutes.
6 o'clock.
He said 6:11.
Went to the governor's desk to sign.
Good?
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I read today. It went to the governor's desk for signature. Possible signature.
Actually would be physically better for most people. When it was put into effect, it was put into effect for, but at the same time, it, rather than letting and before that, it would change during the summer and the winter, but it would be a slow change. You'd wake up a little bit earlier and go to bed a little bit later because the sun would determine when you woke up and went to bed. But when people started going completely by clocks, it became the hour change all of a sudden in a week. Is
Scott created a new inn right here.
Yes.
We may
I
have
tried
to,
telling you that yesterday, but
You
you're
told
going
me
too
there was a
fast.
stop here, but I didn't know there would be an inn.
honestly,
This is when
if
Scott
he
submitted.
creates- If something is submitted and accepted, it's gonna show up in Wizards Unite. It won't always in Pokemon Go, but it will in Wizards Unite.
I refuse to do that. I refuse to use a super incubator on a toucan.
Well, that's part of the reason why you have no eggs, just so you're aware. Because you keep using super incubators.
That's what he just said. He said I refuse to use an super incubator on a 2K egg.
Oh, it looks like someone beat me to it.
Probably Jan.
Thanks, Jan.
For what?
I was going in to map this in. But it's already mapped.
There's also a fortress right in here. It's true.
know,
That was a fortress originally. That's true.
That fortress has
Been there forever. I just spaced off.
since the game started.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of spaced off. There's a brand new one up here, but if Jen got that one, she probably got that other one too.
Yeah, I want to spin.
Or someone else may have, because I did submit the map.
I didn't get your in because I'm going after this guy. I figured you wouldn't complain.
I know.
What? You got another shiny?
No.
What?
I got a 10K.
Good.
I'm super overjoyed when I get a 10K.
So Brett got a shiny
Magikarp today, Jan.
I got one yesterday and a shiny Rattata.
CP10. So I got a shiny Magikarp today.
I fell asleep last night, Dad. Because I clicked on the Rattata and it became shiny. I was just like, I'm not going to be drooling away because it doesn't work.
You also weren't going to try and wake up the whole house? I appreciate that.
I did that. Because David was asleep. I was like, yeah, I don't want to wake him.
Like I said, I appreciate that.
Ah, stupid 2K.
He wondered why David goes to bed so early last night. When I told him David's in bed every night by 8:30 now.
She tries that too. She just
Do I need that?
No, I'm just going after it. I'll run from it.
That? She's not green. She's not shiny. Oh, there's another copy. Great.
Your connection lost. Please return to...
I know, it happens. I think it's the same thing that happened with yours if the speed's too fast or things. I'm not sure. But there's
You
nothing
need
I
this
can
one.
do on it.
Oh, this guy still needed those after
What?
the slugmas. I'm just after a wild Gary instead. That's what I'm after. No, just like, I guess I did give him 10.
Yeah, and you traded, and mine, the one you traded me became really good.
Yeah, mine's say crap, but I'm keeping every single Gyarados I get in the wild just because you don't see them very often.
Lately, you've got them pretty often.
Not really. At least not for me. I've seen a lot of Charmeleons and Flareons, but not Gyarados.
I've heard you almost every day we've gone out.
You've seen one.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was down, I don't see nothing.
That could be, but
My 7K gave me a sad Pokemon, Dad.
What?
It gave me a Wurmple. A freaking Wurmple.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what else I got. Meowth, Igglybuff, Magby, Dude, why not? And Wurmple. There's quite a tangle in the wild. I didn't do this very often.
Oh, no one talking.
that works. It's possible Jen's in the middle of doing
Working.
stuff at work and isn't noticing the notification because she's busy listening to music and everything. or whatever.
Armor County.
And Steph's probably busy.
The guy, the Pokeball head guy. The Pokemon. Hey, I'm just happy I finally
No,
got.
I was laughing at the car right there. That's one of those small, probably plug-in two-per, which is interesting because it's on the road, but the two-person car that someone that has one like it had painted to look like one of the kids' buggies
Yes.
or whatever.
Yeah. You don't see it around. It's weird.
I know.
It's
and
funny but weird.
So it's the Little
Little
Tyke's
Tyke.
car. That's what they painted it to look like.
Little Tyke.
Yes, it's a little tight, Dad. Don't want you. I want to spin the stop, but like I said, it's not going to happen. And then around decided you need me instead of the stop.
So whether there's a few of them painted that way or not, I'm not sure. But if there's not, like a few somewhere in the world, the picture, I can say, I've had a lot of people who see the picture of a car like that, and they're like, someone had fun with a lot of Photoshop. I can say,
There was nothing.
There's one that exists like it.
Yes.
It's in our valley. We've seen it.
so
It's a cool
it's
looking
not
car.
necessarily Photoshopped. It could be a picture
Real.
of a real car. Whether, I'm not going to say for sure it isn't Photoshopped, but I'm not going to say for sure it is.
And
Or I will say that there's no guarantee it is Photoshopped
What?
either.
Amazon told me what it's expected.
What?
Came up that it's supposed to be here. Well, they didn't say a specified date. They just said either the 5th or 10th. Anywhere between.
So anyway, so when you see that picture, if you see a picture, it may have been taken in Cache Valley, it may not have. And if it, I don't know, there's no signs on it. That is the one thing that's getting me. There is no.
It's just a white vehicle with the.
It's headlights on it.
So it could be one like the one we used to have, but they're supposed to remove the lights from
The
it.
lights. Up. It's
It is
definitely not a wannabe cop. It's a cop.
Well,
It is.
legally they can't pull over anyone over, so it could be that it's not a cop because they don't have any indication.
Ready to be shot.
Think about it. And they put on their lights and then turned them off, and they're going pretty fast on this
Oh,
road.
they could get in deep doo-doo if they're not a real cop with real lights and stuff on.
That's true, but at the same time, they could get in a lot of trouble, from my understanding, if they had, because it can't necessarily be an unmarked car because they have the lights on. So my understanding is they're
You're gonna go
supposed
too fast past these inns.
Well, I've got someone behind me.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought you normally pulled over, but
You went too fast for the ins. I got the Pokestops just fine.
you're good.
And the reason for having the city on the vehicle is so that there aren't issues. So without the city on it,
Oh, come on. Black screen of death.
if it keeps up for a little bit longer, then just
No.
swipe it away.
I don't know your phone.
Right there.
Now hit this one up there.
Make an excellent job. Don't want to. I can do that.
Anyway, so that's my understanding because You don't want, because some people will throw lights on their vehicles if they're, that's what some of the issues were, where people were doing.
Magic Car blocked my ball, Dad, and Mewtwo's like, nope. It's so funny when all of a sudden Magic Car blocks the ball when Mewtwo's just like, yeah.
They accidentally hit the switch, and they're just a regular person, or they haven't had the car painted yet, and they're actually a cop, but at that point it makes me suspicious.
I can't really spin these because you're over energy.
Okay.
Battle in the ring.
I can do that.
All you gotta do is take a picture of Skarmory.
Mm-hmm. I don't care. I'm tired.
So one more time around and then to the...
Sure.
Because I think that should be plenty for mine.
We can place it.
So did you place?
Not that church.
Well, we're driving past it, so...
I don't know where I am. Oh, just not up over there.
But that was weird to see that car. And the thing is I looked, because I was like, oh, okay, there's a place. Wait a minute, I don't see the I don't see the Logan signal.
Second.
A minute?
I wasn't even on for a minute.
Okay. But they were on for more than a second, because they did at least one full rotation. But it could be enough that someone accidentally hit a switch and then hit it back, realized and hit it back.
Didn't mean to pick that up. What? Someone placed in it?
I did.
There's only one person that could place?
Yeah, I'm on my way
Okay.
out of this place. You're
Okay.
in the other gym over there. You're in the church gym. There's enough for both of us there. This wasn't enough. You were coming by. I didn't realize we could place. Well, I did briefly. So
That's fine, Kaden. I'm not complaining.
I'm in a gym with Scott now. Where's his shiny freaking gibble? Oh well, we have a Sinnoh week coming up, which gibble will be out tomorrow.
February.
Man, it's not.
There's book week. You know, we have community day. And those are just the ones I know off the top of my head. So they're on top of the...
Ooh, what's this? You want this?
Go ahead and use the... Yeah.
I'm going to get some toast this Thursday.
Yes, you are, and she's looking forward to it.
There.
Okay, I'm actually.
There you go. Use one potion. You got it.
so on top of part 2, there is another week, at least 1 week of events. I believe the week that part 2 ends. So the day part 2 ends, from the sounds of it, another week will start.
I think you're streaming.
It says live, right? Yeah, I'm streaming. See this number up here, Candy?
Yeah, I see it. I saw it.
I just had to glance and know where to point my finger, so no, I wasn't watching the stream the whole time as I did that.
I'm so sorry.
That's one thing, is I know where everything is on my phone, so I just have to glance long enough to point out.
Right. And now we get. Hey. Good order.
So Omlet has done one thing that can make it so that I can do some live videos easier. They now have the choice of IRL, so in real life, where you can stream what's going on around, where you can stream just straight from your camera.
Oh.
So that makes it easier if I go somewhere, that I'll be able to turn that on
What?
and stream.
Oh, I got TV.
What?
So
Well, that looks kinda. Look at this shadow from front.
Okay.
So if the chance ever comes up to go to some event or something, then maybe, or then I could go stream from there. I do know we have a wizarding thing in, I believe it's February coming up. I had filled out the information to be a volunteer, but I haven't heard anything. So
Where?
Huh?
Where?
In Salt Lake. So I haven't heard anything, so and I had filled it out thinking that might be fun to go to, but if they're not going to get a hold of me, I'm not in a position right now to do a bunch of, okay, well, I'll pay my own way and then go and advertise for them or whatever else. So opportunity to go to Harry Potter World came up, that would be something I'd have to consider. Put out something that cities can apply to host different things of their fests, their fan fests and stuff. And so they've announced the ones for the first half of the year, but not the second half. So we're just kind of other than announcing that they're going to happen.
You don't need rubber ducky.
They didn't give us dates or anything else. They just announced that it was going to happen. So, we don't have dates and we don't have place. And I do know Salt Lake was already chosen to host the one of the things for the original Niantic game. I can't remember what it's called. What is it, Caden? Huh? Ingress. Yes. So Salt Lake is one of the places for one of the Ingress events in the first half of this year. But there's a lot of other places still, things like that. So it'll just be kind of, we are going to start looking, I'm going to be looking for a job, and book rehab's going to help starting in March. So that may also limit the possibilities, especially because I really want to try and make it to the one in Arizona for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Because that's a huge event. And on top of that, they have a chance to get to do the genetics. And it's a chance to get involved in the research to help figure out the gene for hypermobile EDS, which is what I have and what my kids have. So that opportunity is an amazing opportunity, especially being that close. And unlike a lot of things, the research isn't going to be around year after year after year. So, and that opportunity, when the money's gone, the money's gone. So, first come over here.
Second lucky Flareon from this event.
That again.
That's too funny, Jen. Caden just traded a Flareon and Flareon and it became lucky.
Not again.
That's 2 lucky Flareons in, 4 days?
Not again.
How great of his stats are they?
3-star. See?
That's a good one.
Not again. I sent Lexi something saying, not again.
Lexi's probably working, but I could be wrong.
No, she sent you a message. See, she's responding. Okay.
What?
Now we just need to trade a... That's my second shiny flare... It's not shiny, but lucky Flareon. And I have 2 lucky Jolteons, so... get it done.
I really wish we still had our start button.
Yeah, so do I.
It is nice we have the
So
feathers
much easier.
still. It is nice we can switch between runes still, but...
I'm hungry.
Hi, hungry.
Really?
What if I said it? You would have said the same thing.
Wait. So who had the gun?
Oh, what? Yeah, who had the gun? Man shot after throwing a shoe at a roach.
Did the roach have a gun all of a sudden and shot him?
Or he had a gun leaning up and when it knocked it down.
Yep, that's probably what happened.
Why do I do these quizzes?
We had quite a bit of ice on our windows this morning.
Let's go!
I stripped my half, and this half, even my defroster, wasn't thawed by the time I got to work.
Dad,
What?
it's a TikTok of somebody's kids wake up in the morning, ice on the road. No, school! And the guy wakes up, do I still have to come into work? And he's like, yup. He's like, ah. Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
That reminds me of the one that school's starting for the fall. And you hear Mom saying, come on, you got to get out of bed. But the kid, and the cover's covering whoever it is. But the kid, all the kids hate me and whatever. And it ends with, you're the principal. So we'll give that to some people.
Dad,
What?
my instruction manual.
Feed chocolate, do not engage with it when annoyed. Store in cold places. Needs love and affection. Keep out of children's reach. Yep, that's you.
Keep out of children's reach.
Oh, that's right. Goddess said she could use this one. Let's go down here, and I realized why I have so little room.
Right? Right, Julie.
Okay, there. Now we can go after more gifts. That's one of the big reasons I hit here, that and the energy. They're not the energy, well, that, the energy, and the wizarding XP. Because the gifts are better from here than they are from other fortresses.
Sleepy.
Scott hasn't responded on Discord, has he, Caden?
Huh?
Scott hasn't responded on Discord, has he?
No.
Sometimes my messages don't show up, Caden.
What?
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 I took a quiz. What friend character are you? I'm the baby.
Yes, he did.
You did? What did Scott say? Oh, my neck.
Which you guys are going to laugh at that. He knows how to communicate with Scott on Discord. But he doesn't know how to...
I know how to communicate with Jen on Discord, too.
Unless Jen asks how I'm doing.
I didn't even see that message.
And he doesn't know how to post when he sees a rare foundable.
Dang it! Hui. Hui.
Oh my goodness. Lexi just posted, this grieving man quits his job to
Yeah,
tour
I know.
the world with his pet ferret.
People love their ferrets. Ah! What?
He says the ferret isn't a pet of his wife's or daughter's or whoever he lost. So in a way, in his mind, he's fulfilling a bucket list for them.
Kim now says, welcome back.
What, the...
Wizards Unite when you turn it on.
Oh yeah, Dad. the battle system, you don't have to walk 5 kilometers to battle. You can just use 200 coins to purchase 5 passes. Or they don't call raid passes anymore. Those green passes there, they're not called raid passes anymore.
What are they
They're
called?
called premium battle passes. We can use those for the raids, but you can also use them for PvP online. Neat. Tortinos. I want to cook it.
I can tell this update I didn't download my assets.
Nah! You bad dad.
Because it's being slower than slow?
Yeah, look at it. Well, you know our situation, Caden.
Yeah, no.
Okay, everyone's got a gift. I used up all my things for today. Well, not all. I still have plenty of runestones, but let's quickly go over. There were a couple things I wanted to show you. So let's not look at it's not in general. There's the car color I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Let me know. Other than that, let's go here. So we have Adventure Sync going. Part 2 is going to be starting on the 4th. Brew Fields will last an hour. There will be bonus tasks and a free store pack. Harry Potter Book Night and Harry Potter Wizards Unite. February 5th. So actually, during Part 2, there will also be Harry Potter Book Night. From the 5th to the 7th, 11 to 11 your time.
Do the rest at home.
Increased sightings of dragons on the map. Europe, Africa, North America, and South America will see Peruvian viper-tooth and Welsh green. Asia, Australia, and New Zealand will see Chinese fireball and Antipodean opali. Dragon eggs and dragon egg portmanteaus will be spawning on the map. Increased sightings of the Goblet of Fire trace on the map. Special assignment with magical games and sports runestones, try Wizard Cup fragments, Wizard XP, spellbooks, and keys as rewards. Magical games and sports runestones will more likely drop try Wizard Cup fragments in addition to the normal rewards. So they've doubled up the events. They aren't spreading them out. They've literally doubled them up. So, that's interesting. Okay. Since no one came in, and because of the time and we want to hurry,
2 wins.
I think I'm going to go. Oh, Brett needs 2 wins. I'm going to hand the phone over and we'll go get them and go from there.
What, you'll take her phone?
Your phone.
Hold
He's
on.
going after Wizards Unite.
Okay.
You can go after that, though. Horn Serpent Egg, finally!
Those are also available in Port Keys now.
Yeah, I know, sweetie.
Okay.
I got a werewolf in one of my port keys I opened yesterday.
He might catch up to me pretty quickly because of how much walking he does. That's always frustrating. So I'm sitting there waiting to turn out. Ah!
Another one.
What?
There's another wreck up here, Caden, up in
Looks
front
like
of us.
Either that or someone got pulled over.
There's a lot of cars up there by the railroad tracks.
So we may have just had another wreck in just a little space. So it almost might be an idea to
Go out the other way.
that too, but I was gonna say text Jen contact her on Discord and let her know that she might want to go take not the highway but the other road. I think it's a highway too, but go the east road into Hiram and not the west, the east highway into Hiram and not the west highway.
Run away from me, you stupid thing. I need in.
Sorry, I would have gone slower, but we had.
I understand, sweetie. I didn't say anything.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. So part of the reason I didn't stream earlier today, the kids woke up not feeling the best, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, you're evil.
Kind of like me. I almost didn't go to work this morning. I didn't tell you that. Yeah.
Because you woke up this morning and I thought you said this morning you barely slept last night because your blood sugar was off.
Yeah, it was low this morning. I woke up and then I could never fall asleep. It wasn't because my
Precisely.
sugar level was low. It's just that I couldn't fall asleep. Once I wake up, it's hard, even when I'm healthy, it's hard for me to fall back to sleep.
Perfect. So set. Getting some Pokemon for Val.
Do we need to go? Yeah, you just opened up, so you still need the drive.
No, I don't.
No?
Adventure Sync takes care of that,
Yeah,
sweetie.
that's right. So just head home now?
Yep.
Okay.
$184 out of 185. You got 3 from that one armory. You are now over.
How many did I get? 3?
Yeah, you're 190. You got,
I got
6.
6. It's not as bad as I thought.
You got 6 from that last one. So you're technically 5 over your energy count. Sorry guys, I almost lost the phone. I'm good at that.
And it's not plugged in, so you can't just grab the cord.
There you go, Caden. You can switch back to Pogo. I can catch the rest, do the rest from the house.
The one thing I do know happens is that people have found that it causes issues with being able to do it while driving. Because it registers that there's no walking.
Apparently it's used PvP. Reggie Steele and Deoxys is a great PvP Pokemon. I've heard that before, so I'm gonna put them to the test.
Ugly vampire. You know, never mind. I won't go there.
Ugly vampire?
Not while you're streaming.
Thank you.
I was going to say the vampire looks like someone with hairdo that I know.
We can now power up Lucario because Lucario's Swampert and
That truck right up there, I wouldn't have, if I saw their lights on, it wouldn't even bother me. Because that they did that. Because it's animal controls, it's marked, everything else, so it's legal. Though, yeah, that car earlier today just is concerning.
Someone pulled over.
Which honestly I did hear from someone, I can't remember exactly who, but that at least one of those wrecks was caused by a drunk driver.
Impaired, so they didn't say drunk.
Impaired.
I told you that.
But it does make more sense with the time of day that it may have been impaired, like by something other than alcohol.
Especially when he had a family in his car.
I didn't know that.
He had a family in the car. The baby was unharmed.
Mm-hmm. It's good the baby was unharmed, but...
My uncle that's wrecked work vehicles because of his sugar levels causing him to be impaired.
And that's what it was declared, was impaired driving?
That's what my coworker told me.
Okay. No, I mean with your uncle.
My uncle.
Sometimes they'll call it impaired driving, and sometimes they'll call it low blood sugar. And won't call it impaired driving. So I didn't know what, and that's what I was trying to get at. What does Cache Valley, Logan, and Cache County do? Do they call it impaired driving if it's diabetes? Or do they call it, if it's diabetic related? Or do they call it something else?
Okay,
yeah, I just want to get up before my butt falls asleep even more.
There you go.
And you're the one who wanted to go around more. So don't complain. I hate to put it that way, but...
He's complaining.
It sounded like it was.
He just complained he got home. He wasn't complaining. I never heard one word.
Yeah, I mean when we got home.
I'm gonna be honest, sweetie. My butt hurts from sitting in this car. You can turn off your light.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.